So part of the reason that we use the softer lead, which is 6B, B is soft lead, graphite, is because we're going to create less of a shine. So when I come in here and I have to press down harder to create a nice dark mark, you might notice that it's starting to create a bit of a sheen, plus it's indenting the paper. And so that's why we want to use the softer lead if we were going to do this for drawing. Mainly we're trying to learn this right now so that we can transition to watercolor pretty quickly. But for those of you who are studying it just for drawing, it's definitely worth the investment to get some of these, because now if you see this, you'll see there's a shine on that. And there's a bit of a shine over here too, where I use the soft, but this one's streaky and shiny in addition. So it's just kind of obnoxious. It's not, it's not really doing what I want it to do, what I need it to do. Okay, so continue that way. Basically, you would continue to sketch the rest of all the petals and block in the darks. This, of course, being the darkest dark down here and whatnot. So if we were to look at this as a value study, so value grids are actually in that other lesson, but I would say this would be a value of 9, so I probably went a little too dark there. But the value down here is going to be a value of 10, using the 0 to 10 method rather than the 1 to 11. And so that's a nice rich value of 10. If I have to, I'm going to turn my pencil, turn the tip in so I can get an even darker mark right up next to that edge. Okay. And so that's how you're going to look at it as. So 10 would be the darkest value, and then white would be the lightest. So we're looking at a 10 value here, and probably a 0 value here. You could argue that that's a value of 1 almost, because it's got a small tint from the paper, being a watercolor paper that's not pure white, okay? Because Arches is just a little bit of a hint of yellow in it, a little more natural looking. All right, so go ahead and work on your drawing, and then we're going to get into painting. So when you're done shading this drawing, what I recommend is now take and draw just the contour or a line drawing onto a decent piece of watercolor paper. And this painting isn't finished yet because I want to be able to show you how to go darker and glaze to make it look like the smooth shading that you can see that I've accomplished here and in here, over here. This is all little patches of smooth shading that look like what I've just accomplished here, where it gradually goes from dark to light and blends. That there's a way of doing that in watercolor called glazing that I'm going to be teaching. All right, so happy drawing, Dogwood. So in a previous lesson we did smooth shading, cross hatching, and stipple shading, and those are all just sort of foundational ideas of how to create value, dark to light, dark to light. You can see in this one, these are just some cool bookmark samples I found, probably in a nature center somewhere, how there's just a ton of cross hatching and how that really helps get that from darks to lights. You could see.